This morning we are going to be doing some simple addition using columns, and the problem is 100 plus 10 equals what? So in the first column we have 0 plus 0, so underneath that, what is the answer? 0. So we write that under the line.
She did it, and she just presented it so well, like she's been doing it forever, except we didn't talk about how long it took. Maybe me coming up. She did it, and she just presented it so well, like she's been doing it forever, except we didn't talk about how long it took. Maybe how many hours?
Almost 11 o'clock. Like,
we were up pretty late.
1 to 11. Like,
but the good thing is you got a prize. Yeah, we'll tell you all about that, but first listen to this.
This morning I worked with a young lady. She's 19. She had a Freedom processor. She was upgraded to a Nucleus 5 processor. When she came in to see me for the upgrade about a month ago, she said she was really having a problem in a restaurant, in noisy environments. So I saw this young lady back for her follow-up visit today and asked her the two toughest questions: how are you doing on the phone, and how are you doing in noise? She told me when she'd been in a restaurant, she had taken out her remote and switched over to her Zoom program and felt like she was really a part of the conversation and managed the noise really, really effectively.
The Zoom feature is once again something that's going to be really beneficial for our users. Hearing and understanding speech and background noise can still be an obstacle or a challenge for people with cochlear implants. When you go into a restaurant nowadays, the background noise level can be 75 or 80 dBSPL, which approaches what you would encounter in an industrial setting. And so obviously it's going to be difficult for people even with normal hearing to understand speech in those situations. People with the CP810 processor and the new CR110 remote have the ability to be able to just one push of a button switch into Zoom mode, which will focus in the direction of the person with whom they're talking in the restaurant and really reduce or attenuate or cut out the background noise in that restaurant. And we've had subjects already that have commented that, I went to a restaurant where in the past I really tried to avoid that because I couldn't understand my wife or I couldn't understand my business partner, and I switched to Zoom mode and we could carry on a full conversation. I understood everything they said. So the Zoom mode has been really well received by our subjects.
The best thing about the CP810 processor is just convenience. The ability of to change modes. When I'm in school every day, I can change between different modes depending on what or where I am. In the lunchroom it will be every day. In other places it will be different things. When it's really noisy, like in the auditorium, when somebody puts up a controversial topic for debate, and I can put it on noise and the sound levels will go down really low. Because you see in the classroom I have trouble paying attention to teachers.
Yes. Name a social custom which the British interfered with.
Especially teachers who talk too fast or teachers who are really slow and drag out their words. So with this processor there's a mode that's called focus. With that mode you can focus only on the teacher and clean out all the other disturbances. And so this mode called focus helped me to pay attention to my teachers, which in turn I think would help me out in my studies. The thing with this processor is much light and more fast. And this one is the CP810. It never falls off, like seriously, when I'm doing headers, you know, when you have to jump and raise your head. Like if you're wearing spectacles, there's a very good chance of it falling off. It's the same thing with an implant, just the chances are much more of it falling off. So with this processor, all the chances are being low into zero. The best thing about this particular processor is the ability for it to adapt to any situation.
Since upgrading to Nucleus 5, Kelvin is now able to listen to softer sounds, even to people whispering, and he can also focus better when we are in noisy environments. In school, he has done much better.
I can hear clearly in the classroom when my teacher is teaching. If she talk when I'm writing without looking at the blackboard, I still can hear and write. If I sit behind at the last row, I still can hear teacher teaching in the classroom, and I can do my homework at the last row. Hello. Now what you want?
After switching to CP810, he could now talk to his grandmother on the phone without us using the speakers.
Okay, bye-bye.
With the CP810, he finds it easier to play and jump and skip, and he doesn't have and running.
When I play badminton, it's good to play. It is lighter for me, and I'm not scared that it will drop off.
With his CP810, he appreciates music more, and he's able to pick up songs faster. He listens to them on YouTube, and he can sing. After listening for a few times, he can sing back the song with almost the same tune.
My hearing has changed with my new Nucleus CP810 processor. I can hear clearer and I can hear in more noisy places.